Let's talk about an energy circuit. Yesterday I said the most common complaint we practitioners hear is I'm tired, I'm fatigued, I don't have the energy I used to have. I used to be able to go all day long. Now I wear out. So we talked about, we had the 12 acupuncture energy meridians, and we have 2 extra meridians called the conception vessel and governing vessel, and they act as a storage reservoir for the other 12 meridians. So if there's something wrong with the storage reservoir, the other 12 meridians will suffer. So I want to show you how we treat that, how we ask that question. So now I need a volunteer that has low energy. You can demonstrate that the energy that we're measuring with the sugar on the stick, sticks out 1.5 inches, has electrical charge to it. You can measure that energy enters the body at SP21 on the left. That's where it enters. We also said yesterday that if you're going to treat acupuncture points with your hands, you need to breathe in, because that makes the energy flow from you to whatever you're touching. And that energy, would someone hand me an empty water glass back there? That energy that we're talking about will not go through glass, and it will not go through lead. Thank you. So this guy is healthy and strong. Here's the strongest muscle in the body. But if I cover up SP21 with glass, and I cut off the inflow of the energy, he's gone. Any muscle. So therefore, don't do that. Don't do that. Energy, and as soon as I remove the glass, he's fine. It's a very fluidic substance. Okay, now, you're going to ask the question, is there something wrong with the reservoir, which consists of the conception vessel and governing vessel? And here's how you do that. You put glass or lead over the junction of the 2 meridians, CV24, GV26, and see, does that do anything to him? And it does. It blows him out. So that means he has low energy. That's what that means. We liken it unto a waterfall. If a waterfall is gushing over the rock, for you to take your hand and try to stop the waterfall is fruitless. Can't do it. But if the waterfall is just dripping over the rock, now you can take your hand and brush that aside, and you can stop the waterfall temporarily by doing that. So that's what this is doing. It's stopping a weak waterfall. And he'll stay weak as long as you leave the glass there. Now, if this is strong, then you skip the following treatment. But if it's weak, there's 5 possibilities. There's 5 energy circuits that you need to check. And we'll go through them one at a time. And number 1 is CV5. CV5 is about 2 inches below the navel, and you tap CV5 and retest, and he's fine. So there's nothing wrong with that energy circuit. The second energy circuit is the same one that we showed yesterday for resetting the body clock. And so what you do is you press on SP21 on the left, you press on the ears, and then you retest, and it's not that one. That's how you check number 2. You press on SP21 and you press on the ears and retest. Number 1, you press on CV5. Okay, so now he doesn't have those two. Now we're going to go to number 3. Number 3 is the navel, the thymus, and K27. And that one is okay. We have to find somebody that has it, then I'll show you how to treat it. Okay, number 4 is you go to the symphysis pubis and the navel and the thymus and the clavicular knobs, and that's the one he has. Symphysis pubis, navel, thymus, K27. That's the one that made him go weak. Watch again. So that's the one he has. Okay, here's how you treat it. There was 4 of them. You go to number 1 and number 3, and you tap number 1 and number 3. Then you go to number 2 and number 4, and you tap them. Navel and K27. That's how you treat number 4. Now, did you do any good or not? Well, here's how you ask. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gone. It's gone. Now, do you need to check the other ones? Well, it's faster to check this. This will tell you if there's any more or not. And he says there's no more. If it still went weak, then I'd have to check like number 5. But here's our shortcut. Our shortcut is the glass or the lead. So now we're done with him. We've concluded that all 5 circuits are working properly now. And as a consequence, he'll have more energy now. We need to show you how to treat all 5 of these. What you just saw is pretty common because like I said, most common complaint we hear is I'm tired, I'm fatigued. Okay, there's something wrong. Hopefully it's something other than number 4. CV5 is fine. Now, number 2 is SP21 in the ears. Ah, there it is, number 2. Well, you already know how to treat number 2. We showed you yesterday how to treat number 2. Remember this? Setting the body clock. The body clock is energy circuit number 2. So, we know that that's now fixed because this no longer blows her out. Are there any more? And here's how you ask the question, are there any more? She said, no, we're done. Because the glass no longer blows her out. So we just had to treat one circuit only, number 2. So now you've seen number 2 treated, you've seen number 4 treated. Let's have another volunteer. Now we're looking for number 1, 3, 5. Oh, something's wrong. It blew her out. Should not blow her out. Number 1. Okay, CV5. You treat CV5 like this. And then you say, how is it now? And she says, that's okay. Are there any more? And she says, yes, there's more. So we have to, in her case, we have to treat more than one circuit. Why do we have to treat more than one? Because she still goes weak on the glass. That's why. Okay, so now, is it number 2? Here's 2. And she says, that's not it. So here's 3. Number 3 shows up. So now we're going to tap the navel and thymus at the same time. And then I'm going to tap K27 and the thymus at the same time. And now, how is number 3? And she says, it's gone. And are there any more? And she says, shoot, there's more. So let's check number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you already saw me treat 4. You go to number 2, 1 and 3. And then you go 2 and 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. That's gone. Are there any more? And she says, shoot. How'd you walk up here? Okay. So here's how you check. Here's how you check number 5. She takes 3 fingers below the navel and she pulls headward. So you do that. Take and then tug your skin headward. That blows her out. If you 3 fingers below the navel, tugging headward, if that blows her out, that's number 5. Number 5 responds to one of 2 things: pituitary or pineal. Pituitary or pineal gland. Okay, so here's pituitary. Now, take your 3 fingers and pull up. That did it. How about, does pineal gland do it? And she says, no, that doesn't do it. In her case, only the pituitary does it. So, how do you fix that? You give her some pituitary.
Is that like bovine pituitary?
Yes, we don't have a vegetarian pituitary. And so now when she tugs below the navel, and now we'll do this. And finally she's okay. That's, what was that, 3 total? 4 total. Oh, wow. That's why. So how'd you walk up here? Right? Okay, thank you. Okay, so now you've seen all 5. Dynamite treatment. Dynamite treatment definitely increases the energy flow. And it's so simple to test for. He's asking me, could you treat the pineal by shining the laser here? I don't know the answer to that, but I know how to ask the body that. When I find that, I could see if the laser cleared it or not. I haven't tried that. Question is, is it a one-shot deal? And the answer is, it works better if you send some pineal gland, in her case it would be pituitary gland, home with her and have her take it every day for a month. Wally Schmidt, who teaches in the same room, his method of treating nutrition is he has the patient take the nutrition for 4 months. Why is that? Because the average lifespan of a red blood cell is 4 months. So every 4 months you now have a brand new supply of blood circulating through your body that you did not have 4 months earlier. So your entire blood supply now has been exposed to that nutrient if you take it for 4 months. That's the way he does it. In my office, we'll retest at the end of 30 days. My experience is at the end of 30 days, I can subtract about 80% of the nutrients that they needed 30 days earlier. And so, as a general rule, we update our patients' nutrition list once a month. I see my average patient once a month, which is unusual, meaning that other doctors see their patients much more frequently than that. I'm fortunate. I have a waiting list type practice, and I don't have room to see them more often. That's why we have 6 doctors in the office, and if they need to get in, there's always some doctor available to see them. So I'm just very, very fortunate in that respect. But I'm not exaggerating when I say I see my average patient once a month. The question was, who supplies pineal gland and pituitary gland center process? 5 energy circuits, dynamite treatment, simple to check, use lead, use glass. She's asking, number 5 was associated with pituitary and pineal gland. Are the other 4 associated with any particular organ? And the answer is not that I know of. Obviously, number 2 is associated with the body clock.